I'm going to introduce myself briefly. We'll get into a whole backstory. But the more important thing is every dealer here is different than each other. Everyone has their own niche. Everyone has their own interests and personalities. So what I say, what I do, might not necessarily work specific to you, but there are definitely going to be things that you can pull for every person in this room. So try to use what I'm saying to your dealership, to your benefit, to your business. And a lot of what I'm talking about doesn't necessarily have to be specific to car dealers. It's general business owners, how to market your business, how to build yourself a brand, how to grow organically and oftentimes for free without having to boost your ads and pay for ad spend, stuff like that. So that's really what I'm focusing on today. We ship nationwide, and it's all based off of social media. So I don't spend $1 on YouTube ads, Google ads. I've never really boosted a Facebook post. Oftentimes people reach out to me and go to my inventory based on videos they've seen on some type of social media, which has also created loyalty and a brand and trust in my business and myself. So I'll get into all that stuff later. But what I've done unintentionally, and then over the years started to realize how it was working, was built a following, a social media following, but that following isn't just followers. They don't just like a page. I learned over time that they follow Craig. They follow Flying Wheels. Oh, Craig has a new video. Let's see what Craig's doing. If I post a thumbnail with a picture of me on that thumbnail, well, Craig has a new video. It's because I built a new brand for myself. And that's what we're going to discuss. Maybe not necessarily your face, but your brand. We want people to think of you, build trust, build loyalty, and think of you when they're looking for their next purchase. Building your brand through social media, again, is what I've done unintentionally over the course of 7 years, and it's grown exponentially greater than I would have ever imagined. Social media builds trust, it helps create a brand, it drives traffic organically and directly influences consumers' decisions to buy from you. In this session, I'm going to teach you how I generate thousands of direct clicks to my website per month organically with no paid ads and no third-party websites. Yes, it's free traffic to my website. I get hundreds of emails monthly that don't cost me a dime, and I ship cars nationwide sight unseen because of a level of trust I've built with my purchasers. So I own a car dealership. I'm based out of New Hampshire. I actually started in Florida. We'll dig into that a little bit deeper. And I'm a social media content creator, which happened, again, unintentionally. It wasn't my original plan, but now I create car-based content for YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. YouTube is my largest platform. And the way YouTube was created for me was I originally wanted to put a Corvette engine in a Nissan 240SX. That was my drift car. And it was a lot of work researching. It took months and months to build this car, and it took me so long to research it that I started vlogging it. And while I was vlogging it, other people started asking, hey, what's that car in the background? Where'd that come from? Oh, well, and then I started answering their questions. So it was, I bought that at an auction. How'd you get to an auction? I have a dealership. I went to the auction, I bought it there. So then, I kind of piggybacked one question after another into another video, into another video. Next thing I know, people are interested in me and Flying Wheels and our inventory. YouTube drives a majority of our traffic because it's directly linked to Google. We'll dive into that in a minute. Facebook, I want to dive into Facebook later on too, because I'm not talking about your personal Facebooks. I'm talking about your business Facebooks and not just having car for sale posted on your Facebook all the time. Again, we're building a brand. We're not just selling cars. Has anybody seen my videos before? All right, nice. Not an empty room, and people have seen my videos, so I'm winning so far. Thank you for that. Has anyone subscribed prior to this room? Nice. Thank you. Okay. So I appreciate that very much. Those are the things that I'm slightly embarrassed about because I hate talking about, go follow me, go subscribe to me. So if somebody knew who I was before coming here, I appreciate it very much. We've come from all over the country. So I am generational. Is anybody else here a generational car person? Yeah. Okay. So how many of you use social media personally? I assume the majority of everybody in this business will raise your hands if you are. Yeah. So whether it's Facebook or Instagram, how many of you use it for your business? Everybody's hand should be up in this room. If you're not already, make sure you get on it. Okay. Do you post yourself? How many people post themselves for their business? Okay. And how many people have somebody that does it on their behalf? Great. Okay. But I've been featured on CNBC, How I Built My Dealership. I've been on the Independent Dealer podcast several times, Upflip podcast. I spoke at this convention in a much smaller room in a panel of people, which was less nerve-wracking in 2019. I was the first one to cross country in a cannonball run from New York to LA in an electric vehicle for a television show. My mother and I raced across the country, and the only stipulation was it had to be a non-Tesla. So in 2021, my mother and I raced across the country for TV. And I was on American Ninja Warrior 3 times, and I fell in the water 3 times. So yeah, I got better every year, but I still fell in every time. Never beat that wall. Again, I'm far better at speaking off the cuff than I am writing on a script. So forgive me that I'm reading this stuff. I just don't want to miss things. Like even my best man speech was 3 pages long. I had to buy everyone an espresso martini to keep everyone awake by the time I was done with it. So after I'm done this bio and the overview, I'm going to get into what I'm trying to achieve. And remember that word for later is like I want to be engaging here, but engaging is probably the key word in this entire session that I'm having. I mentioned it earlier. I am a generational car guy. My grandfather was an auto mechanic. My father was an auto tech teacher, still is an auto tech teacher. My brother does auto body, works for Geico as an assessor. I don't like getting my hands dirty. I don't have the patience for it. Bloody knuckles like really infuriates me. I love cars. I have a passion for cars, and I like driving something different every day. That's how I got into this business. I was doing it in high school. I'd buy something, I'd drive it, I'd have fun with it, I'd get bored with it, and then I'd trade it out for another one. Kind of like my girlfriends. Sorry, women. I know the women are going to hate that joke. Sorry. High school girlfriends, anymore. I started in Florida. I did well with it, and I survived 2008. So I got my dealer's license 2007, and 2008 just everything crumbled. And I just watched car lot after car lot after car lot go out of business. And I was basically keeping my key has always been low overhead, keep everything inexpensive. So it was like Craigslist was how I was selling things back then. And everybody else had those high lines of credits and floor plans, and I just watched their cars just get yanked overnight. It was wild. We sustained 2008 all the way up to my move to New Hampshire in 2010, where I moved back to New Hampshire and I opened 2 more car dealerships. So my first one was more budget-friendly, 5,000-ish cars, no financing. And then as time grew on, we opened a second with newer, more pre-owned, lower mileage vehicles. We started financing and all that. So I spoke about my genealogy or my car history. I asked how many people are generational car people. A lot of times a father or a grandfather may have started a car dealership. Sometimes we're grassroots people that had to start on our own. Again, I just don't have the patience to fix things. I like moving on. I like the idea of getting things ready, getting things sold, and moving on to the next adventure. So now we're into the power of social media. I told you how I created my brand and how my YouTube channel grew. And from YouTube, it went to Instagram, to TikTok, to Facebook, and they all kind of work off of each other in the same stories. The idea is, I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna say it wrong, differentiation. How do you differentiate yourself from everyone else? I could be the same car dealer that's all the way up the street on our auto mile, but there's something I did that was different that made people think Craig from Flying Wheels, and it's kept us in business for a good amount of time. All these credentials and accolades that I've shown you, whatever you want to call them, they wouldn't have been possible without the power of social media. So all those, like the American Ninja Warrior, that car show, it happened because somebody found me online. If it wasn't online, they wouldn't have found me. I wouldn't have had these amazing adventures, just even in my personal life. So it really is important that everybody has their own form of social media and creates their own brand. And whatever you want to call them, it has to be specific to you. It helped me create a brand, a name for myself, and build trust in my clients and my customers. So who is Flying Wheels? Now that you've had my backstory out of the way, I'm going to tell you I'm not just a car dealer. I make car-based videos. I'm an auto vlogger and a content creator, and being such has helped me to grow and scale my business tremendously over the past few years. It's helped me to enjoy my job as well as build not just a business but a brand. And Flying Wheels is literally international now. We have people that buy cars from all over the world regularly. We're known worldwide. We receive calls and emails daily from all over the world. And if you look at our demographics, these are monthly demographics. So our Instagram reach, we had 253,000 views last month. On Facebook, 284,000 views. And then again, 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. A majority of our demographic is United States. I actually have a lot of people that want to sell me stuff from Canada, which is a whole new market if anybody's interested. And then we have United Kingdom and India. A lot goes to Africa, like Middle East. We don't do a lot, but we've sent stuff that way. Every month, we personally reach 2 million eyes or more. So I'm going to say that one more time because just that number is so vast. Every single month, we reach more than 2 million people. That means 2 million people either see my face, hear my name, or hear the term flying wheels, which just, I don't know if anyone in this room was to pay to have that type of reach, what it would cost. What are you paying to reach 2 million people? And I'm doing it for free. So I think that's why you're all here, and I'm hoping that I get the point across of how we can help you get there as well. Now we're into overcoming the stigma. I remember being a kid and I'd watch like Saturday or Sunday morning television, and it was the car dealer that had the microphone, and the car would drive by the screen, drive by the camera. Does anybody remember those? And they'd sell the cars on television. And they'd talk about the car, and they'd sell it, and then it would roll past. And then another car would roll in. I remember watching those as a kid, and I found it interesting. And one of the stigmas about us, I think Kurt Russell did us a disservice, as well as Danny DeVito, because I get called Kurt Russell from used cars pretty regularly. There is, I'm not going to doubt it, there is a stigma to being a used car dealer, selling pre-owned cars, however you want to say it. And the idea of why I created a brand was to show people on all of our behalves that we're not what you see in the movies or or in television, or what people think of when they think of buying a used car. You know, we may have the flags across our parking lot, we may have the wacky waving arm flailing inflatable tube man, but still, we're not bad guys. We have family, we have pets, we're homeowners, and we're business owners, and we're in our community, and that's important. And when I say building brands, that's what you want to show. So I can show the car that I have for sale. We can drive a car across the screen on a microphone, but that isn't really what people want to see. We might catch somebody's eyes, the right buyer with the right car. What we really want is for people to think, what's your name? David? What David really wants people to think is, I need my next vehicle. My buddy David does this. And that gets me into the conversation of, I got a guy. I love this term, I got a guy. I'm moving to Florida in a few weeks, and my best friend said, oh, I got a guy for that. And he texted me the mover's phone number. How many people know somebody that needs to buy a new vehicle? I got a guy for that. It's not, let me go to Joe's Used Cars down the road. It's in conversation. I got a guy for that. Let me send you his number. And now you have a direct lead based off of a qualified referral. I can't pay for something better than that. And that's what we're talking about when we build a brand. So when people think about that next pre-owned vehicle, they want to think about you. How do we do that? We don't just run Facebook ads of our car for sale. So if it's a Toyota Corolla that we have for sale, yeah, we put it on our Facebook. Yeah, we have a description. Yes, we have the price. But more importantly, what I do to differentiate myself, what makes this car interesting? Hey, you know what? Something interesting about this Toyota Corolla is that, I picked the wrong car because there's nothing interesting about Toyota Corolla, but you find the one thing that's kind of neat about this. I had just this wonderful Buick Ultra. Everybody know what Buick Ultra is? They're pretty old, but this was an older gentleman that owned it. It had low miles, and it was a pretty neat car. It fits 6 adults comfortably, and you know, cassette player and cigarette lighters and everything. There was plenty to find that was interesting. Took a video to show just what was interesting about this car. 400,000 people saw that video for free because I posted on TikTok and Instagram. 400,000 people saw that car for free because I found something interesting about it. Did you know that the Ford Mustang was insert something interesting? Now we're talking about Mustangs. Let me show you this one. We have this one for sale. Talking about that car specifically, it appeals even better. So it's not so much that you're talking about, I have a 2010 Ford Mustang GT with 89,000 miles. It's more, why does somebody want that car? Now we're talking about two different things. People want to buy their next pre-owned vehicle from you because they thought about you or someone referred them to you. And then number two, what was interesting that makes somebody want to buy that car? Not just because they saw a photo of it and they need a new vehicle. They want to think about that. They want to share it to someone else. So that Buick, again, maybe not the best description, best example of a vehicle, but still was shared so many times that it got shipped to, I think, Colorado. So it's just interesting that people like to be interested. They like to be engaged. Show me, entertain me. What makes me want to watch you? And not everybody in this room may be entertaining. I'm not taking a shot at anyone specifically. This is something I'm fairly okay at, and not everybody likes to be on camera. Not everybody's outgoing, and not everybody is just great under pressure. There are other people for it. Find someone that's better than you at what you need to do. So my daughter is 12. She makes unbelievable TikToks. I don't let her on TikTok, but she's in like this kid's version, and she's killing it. And she sits and she just makes videos and plugs in captions, and she does transitions. She's 12 years old, and she loves doing it. So if this isn't for everybody in this room, there is 1 million people out there that could help you do it for you, with you. And my daughter, I already know, is going to be like the one that takes over this version. She's already far better than I am at it. Perfect. Building brands versus strategy. So this is actually a perfect segue into what I was discussing. That Toyota Corolla, a photo of it for sale, might be a little boring. How many people in this room follow their local pizza place? I love this example. I heard it on social media once. Anybody follow their local pizza place? Yeah? Okay, a couple of them. What's on their special today? Any idea? Yep. If you know, I'm wowed.
Yep, eggs and potato and prosciutto.
Thanks. You really just ruined everything that I'm going for. Thank you for that. So if you do follow your local pizza place, good for you. A lot of people don't. Like, they don't care what the special is today. I'm going to go to that pizza place because I go there anyway, and I'm not going to follow them. What I will follow is something that's engaging, something that's interesting for me to watch. Again, entertain me. Are you not entertained? Entertain me. Show me why I want to follow you. Which brings me to this video right here. So your pizza place may post a picture of a pizza. Red Bull, without even showing a can, is going to make me watch a video for far too long.
Find your community.
This is the world famous Tower Bridge in the heart of London.
Now, when I talk about creating a brand, it's on their helmets, it's on their parachutes, it's on their helicopter, it's everywhere. So what I'm thinking about is how interesting Red Bull is. I want to follow more of these videos. Ken Block and all his Gymkhana. Who sponsors Ken Block? Anybody know? Monster. Right? Monster, I think. Monster sponsors Ken Block. Why? Because he's interesting. I want to follow Ken Block. I want a Monster. So this is a perfect example of what we're talking about. I don't want to follow the pizza place because they posted a pizza. I want to follow Red Bull because they're interesting. So I hope you all realize that, I mean, there was a fraction of a can in that video, and I'm not asking you to go sponsor some parachuters, but find what works for you. I found what works for me. I found what grew my business. I found what's helping my sales increase just drastically. Red Bull has done the same thing for them. Monster has done the same thing for them. I went through transitions where I saw the want advertiser. So if anybody remembers the want advertiser, the classifieds, we'd buy them for like $1.75, and we'd scroll through the pages of black and white and highlight the dirt bikes that I liked in middle school and high school. And I would call them. My father taught me how to make the phone calls, and he'd bring me out with a little bit of money, teach me how to negotiate. We'd get the deal. I'd bring it back, and he taught me how to work on these things. And we went from dirt bike to bicycles, really, to dirt bikes, to four-wheelers, to my first car, to motorcycles. And then I paid my way through college doing this, and then eventually did too many in a year that I actually had to get a license. And that's how my dealership started. So I was essentially requested, demanded, however you want to say, you need to start your own dealership. You're already doing it. And that's how I did it. It was, I'm telling you, I was not a curb stoner, all right? I was registering them. I was titling them. I promise you, I would buy them and then use them, enjoy them, and sell them. So when I say we transitioned, it went from the want advertiser as a kid to then Craigslist. I was selling on Craigslist when I started my first dealership, and Craigslist was great. And then Craigslist started charging, and they kind of faded out. And then Marketplace took over, and then OfferUp, and then we had so many different third-party vendors that we were eventually just paying for all of them. And I do have Cars.com and AutoTrader and CarGurus and all the, they're traditional third parties. We pay those people. But the free ones are still my best performing. And I love that they're free, so it feels great. I feel like I'm winning twice. The point of what I'm saying is I've learned to adapt. So I I'll get into this one in a minute. I've learned to adapt. So I did start with the want advertiser, did go to Craigslist. I'm always evolving and looking for the next thing. What's the next thing right now? It's social media. It's putting your stuff out there, building your brand, creating a strategy that works specific to you. Now, I asked who has a Facebook page, how many people post cars for sale or ads on their personal Facebook page? Does anybody do this? Okay, don't do it. It's annoying. I'm sorry. Partially kidding, but telling the truth also. So here's the thing that I do and don't do. I don't post my cars for sale on my personal Facebook page. However, every one of my Facebook friends knows what it is that I do. So when I said, everybody loves to have a guy, be that guy. Make sure everybody knows who you are and what you do. Just don't shove it in their face. This one, I have plenty of friends that sell maybe a little too much. They oversell. Why don't you join my group? I can help you build your team, and then your team can help you build your team. Like, it gets kind of annoying to see it constantly on Facebook. And if you're constantly posting your cars on your own personal Facebook, it's the same thing. They want to see your family. They want to see who you are as a person, and let them know what it is that you do without oversharing your business. So this is kind of an example. I had some videos for a while about some boat disasters. If anybody's followed my YouTube channel, I bought a boat at auction. It sunk. It was a disaster for multiple videos. And my friends really enjoyed those videos. And I make videos, not everybody has to. But I told a story. So I became a professional storyteller through this boat. Then when that boat had expired and it was time to let it go, we got a new boat. Had fun with that boat. I'm moving, have to sell this boat too quickly. I got to use it 5 times and lost a bunch of money. But the point is, I did post this boat for sale on my Facebook page. I posted it on my Flying Wheels page and then shared it to my Facebook page. And it was shared 7 times from my friends because they're trying to help me. So the difference is between you selling to your friends and your friends selling on your behalf. If I'm constantly putting cars for sale on my own personal Facebook page, people go numb, people go dull. But drop a little here, drop a little right there. Your friends are your friends. They want to help you. 7 friends shared this. 19 people commented. And like a couple thousand people saw that I had a boat for sale. And it was because my friends helped me, not me trying to sell my friends. Now, I'm going to transition that into your own work Facebook page. Everybody should have one. And you should be posting your cars for sale. Just, again, what are you following? Am I following my local pizza place, or am I following Red Bull? If I post a car for sale, transfer it over from my CRM over to Facebook, I might get 3 likes. It's all based on analytics and algorithms. If you get 3 likes, Facebook sees it's not interesting. It's not engaging to other people. So nobody's watching it. Nobody's liking it. They're going to move on to the next thing that's engaging. So you're wasting your time and you're over-posting by just constantly posting your cars for sale to Facebook. You can boost them. You can pay to boost them. But that's not why you're here. You're here to figure out how we can do these things for free. How do we push more inventory? How do we grow our business? How do we expand? How do we find buyers organically? This is one of those ways. I've created a world where my friends know what I do, but I'm not always shoving it in their face. I'm not always trying to sell them. But they know what it is I do. Now, I am that guy. I got a guy. It's Craig. Here's his phone number. And I cannot tell you, like, forget Flying Wheels and the YouTubes and all that. I can't tell you how many of the same people have sent new buyers to me regularly. I have just some loyal friends that have given my phone number, and I get calls regularly saying, hey, this person gave me your phone number, said to check out your website. I saw this. I love it. There is no better referral than that one right there. And again, it was free. Website and digital presence. So the YouTube videos were unintentional. Wasn't what I wanted to do. I did go to school for communications. I wanted to be a broadcast journalist. I love the camera. I love speaking. But the real world took over. My dreams died. Started a business because it made more money. I still got to do what I like to do. And then it just took over again. I got back in front of the camera by accident, and I ended up doing what I love to do 2 times. I love cars, and I love the camera and doing these things. So I get to do it all. Now, with YouTube, the reason everybody should have a YouTube channel is because it's tied to Google. Google owns YouTube. Google reviews are how you're ranked. And a lot of people are paying to have Google reviews, or they're paying to have Google reviews removed. Flying Wheels has 297 Google reviews. I haven't ever removed a Google review. I haven't ever asked for a Google review. I've never paid for a Google review ever. I have 297 from people that have seen a video and said, thank you. I really loved this experience that we had, or I loved your videos. So my dealership Google page is ranked high because people saw videos that I liked on YouTube. And they transitioned over to my website or over to my Google page, and they left a comment because they had a connection somewhere with me. I had a call, an email yesterday, that boat that I just showed you, I towed with a truck. I just recently got a Cybertruck, and I towed that boat with it. Don't do that. They don't tow well. They tow really well, but not very far. So I went to the Tesla charging station, and they don't make any sense because I can't pull through. So I can pull sideways and take up 7 spots, or I can take my boat off, charge my truck, then go put my boat back on, and then take off. So in the video, I discussed that. Hey, listen, love this Cybertruck. Didn't really think about that. Can't pull through with a trailer. This doesn't make much sense. So I took the boat off the trailer, and in the video, I'm like, I'm not going to tie up 7 spots for other people. What happens if somebody shows up? It was so natural, clean, didn't think twice about it. I got an email, that video aired last night. I got an email this morning that said, Craig, what you did last night says miles about who you are. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. In the email, the body of the email, it went farther and said just the fact that you took the trailer off the boat shows that you just had some consideration for other people. That builds connection and trust to other people. That makes people appreciate you. That same person went to my website. That's how they contact me. They watched a video about a boat and a Cybertruck, and they went to Flying Wheels website and then emailed me through my Contact Us. That is a buyer you want. That person saw something they liked about me personally, and every one of you have a quality out there that someone's going to like personally, that they're going to see and make a connection with, and that's why they want to buy from you. They may not be buying from Flying Wheels, they're buying from me because he made a connection somewhere. I didn't follow up and say, hey, can I sell you a car? No, next time he's going to think of me, though. So your Google reviews are incredibly important. If you're not making YouTube videos, you need to be making YouTube videos. They don't have to be the videos that I make where my camera's in my face talking about things. In 2019, I was here speaking on a podium with a few other car dealers, and I was teaching people how to make walk-around videos. Does everybody make walk-around videos now? I hope you do. Walk-around videos. Okay, so pre-COVID, that wasn't really a thing. I had a YouTube channel already, so I was making walk-around videos because I got sick of explaining the same thing to every single person. So what I'd do was when I went to go photograph the car, or whoever your photographer is, I'd photograph the car, and then I'd do a walk-around. Hey, welcome to Flying Wheels. I actually think I have a video of this. Oh, perfect. I'm just going to let the video do itself. Now, what I want you to notice is that there's nothing being hidden about this car. When you look at this car from a buyer's perspective, I want you to see scratches. I want you to see a ding if there's a ding. I want you to see cracks in the leather. And when you show up, there are no surprises. You know exactly what you're getting when you get there. And oftentimes, you're ready to buy on the spot. So the people that have seen these walk-around videos are more likely to buy than my first-time drive-ins that come to look at the car. They've already seen the car. They've already found the imperfections. And they don't show up and say, oh, I didn't see that in the pictures. They already saw it, and you've built that level of trust where they're ready to buy when they get there. Now, these walk-around videos are even easier than everything else we've discussed in this entire session. Everybody here have a Google page? Does everybody have a Google page? All right, if you have a Google page, you have a YouTube, all right? You can download the YouTube app on your phone. Shoot horizontally, not vertically. Vertically will make everything taller, not wider. You want them to be wider and stuff like this because you want a good idea of what the car is. I'm going to show you this video. It's probably older. Again, no editing done. There's a lot of ums. There's a lot of silence. These buyers aren't watching this video because they want to be entertained. They're buying it because they're interested in the car and want to know what it is they're getting. I'm doing a full walk around of the car. I'm pointing out imperfections. I want people to see what they're getting before they get there. All of you that have a Google account can make videos like this. Post them. Now a lot of our websites, a lot of our CRMs have links that you can add the video to so people can watch these videos. When I get emails, I respond, thank you for your interest in the Corvette. Here's a full walk-around video. And then I'll either call them or ask them to call me if they're interested and want to learn more information. Yes?
You said like if we have a Google page, that means we have an account.
Yeah, if you have a Google, you may have to download the app, but you can get yourself a YouTube and name it your business, put your name, put your address. In every description of my car, I add the link, or in the video, I go up and I add the link of my website. So if they're looking at that car, follows over to my website. If they're looking at my website, follows over to the video. Third-party websites are really, really expensive. I have them, I pay for them. I perform better on my free on my free socials. So I discussed how not everybody's great at everything. Find somebody that's better at things than you are. I have somebody that's significantly better than me in this room, holding a camera right over there. She made this whole PowerPoint for me. There are certain things I'm not great at. Find the people that are better than you at those things. So Molly, thank you so much for putting this together. This is my team of people that build things for me. Again, I'm a content creator, not just I don't just own a car dealership. So I make so many videos that it requires an entire team to do it for me. And they do a lot of other things on the back end, not just create videos for me. 1969 Ford Bronco. I discussed how some things are just more interesting than others. When you come across something interesting in your dealership, this is what differentiates yourself from the person just posting that Corolla. You know, your friends want to see this on your Facebook page. This is how they know you're a car person. This is how they know Dave is into this stuff. Let Dave, right? Nice. That's how they think Dave is into these things. I got a gun. This is the brand we're building. Doesn't have to be what you're selling, but now everybody knows what you're into. The power of free organic growth. Google owns YouTube. YouTube traffic brings them to my website brings them back to Google. They leave reviews. They watch a video. It's a full circle. It works really, really well for me. Perfect timing. We're on to questions. I would love to answer questions. I will. And if we don't get to all your questions, I'm going to hang out in the back and come up to me after this. I saw a hand up. Yes, so I'll go to you next.
What video do you find gets the most engagement, and what equipment are you using? Using the iPhone, and as far as audio, using the microphone or just phone?
So I have a GoPro that shoots in 4K. I have some better cameras. My phone is always the easiest for me. I shoot on my phone. For stuff like this, I'll do vertical. Long width horizontal videos is how I'll do those walk-around videos, because people want to see the entire car. But if I'm doing something interesting, I'll shoot vertically. And I'll shoot it with my iPhone or your Android. There are apps for both phones. They will sit in your phone for months if you don't edit them right away. So I will say editing is super, super easy. It is not difficult if you get the right apps. You'll learn how to do it, or hire somebody that works you might even have somebody in your office that's better than you at it. You can do it with your phone. I don't have a microphone. My best performing videos have no microphone. It's shot on my phone. I edit it right after, and I post when my vehicle's ready for sale.
And perfect length of time that
Under 60 seconds. Under 60 seconds. Yeah, so I did say briefly, YouTube videos are long form videos. Those can be, for me, up to 20 minutes. Nobody in this room needs to do that. The walk around might be 3 minutes, and it'll hold engagement for 3 minutes because somebody's interested in that specific car. If you're shooting short form is like TikTok, Instagram. 60 seconds is like your max engagement. People lose interest after maybe 15 if your video stinks. So try to grab something right off the bat with a hook. Here's why you're gonna love whatever, and then go into what's interesting about that car. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll go to you right after.
Okay, I was looking at that, the $1,200, what was that, Escalade or something. Is that an actual car you sold on your...
Did I sell a $1,200 Escalade?
Yeah, it's 2002.
Jeez, I should be out of business. I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, I think I have one. I'm trying to liquidate because I'm moving. So we have just a bunch of things in the back lot that I'm getting rid of. Yes.
Like your two favorite series, you've done the 500 for Ferrari and the boat.
The boat, yeah.
Like having those journeys, do you get a lot more engagement and a lot more people following as you're doing those?
Yeah, the stories build the following. Those build loyal following, and they like to travel all the way along. I'm going to let everybody go, but I'll just join the back if people want to come up to me and ask questions. So thank you for joining. Thank you.